Hi, hurry.
Hi.
Hey. All right, guys, thank you for hopping on tonight. I want to teach you a couple of things, but let me first mute everybody. Hold on a second.
All right, you put down.
Everybody and their children. Okay. So thanks for hopping on tonight. I'm really excited. If you don't know, my third success club, or not success club, I'm dumb. My third success partner is not on, and she is, I don't know what she's doing, but anyway, Bridget and Sarah and Jenny and I have kind of all collaborated to do some really neat stuff for you guys in the month of January. So I wanted to talk about that, but first I wanted to talk about the All Access Challenge Pack because I'm freaking pumped about it. If you guys aren't excited, you're dead, I think. You have no emotion. It's the most incredible challenge pack that we have, or that I've really seen in 3.5 years. And I hope you guys take advantage of it. If you're struggling in conversation and you don't know what to say, whatever it may be, just reach out, post a screenshot in the group, and any of us that have been around for a while will be more than happy to share some words of wisdom with you to help you kind of guide you through. Because I have found too, when you're using that 21-day fix script, or the general questions that we use, I find myself like, okay, how do I talk to this person about this massive thing? And I kind of get stuck too. So if you guys are finding that you're getting stuck too, just post in our group and I'll be happy to comment. Jenny is really good at combating that kind of stuff too. So I'm sure we can all kind of pitch in and kind of get you through so that you can find your groove with this particular challenge pack. I read today, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I was reading in the FAQ this morning about it. So you get 3 Success Club points. You get 2 immediately. And for some reason, they're not giving the 3rd until the following Tuesday. So if you don't see the 3 Success Club points show up right away, don't be afraid. They're coming. For some reason, they're just showing up a week delayed or something like that. I don't really know, but you can check out the FAQ. I thought that was kind of interesting. So if you're just seeing a delay for some reason, that's why. And you can check out that FAQ and it will tell you. So they're giving 1 point for customers who are repeat customers. They're giving one Success Club point for people who have already purchased the challenge pack from you before, which is odd, and they don't ever do that, which is really cool. So if you have repeat customers who want to buy the challenge pack, you actually still get a Success Club point for them. But for brand new customers where you get the 3 points from them, the points that show up in your back office are a little delayed. So, but just to kind of recap on that for you guys, if you haven't been reading about it, it's incredibly amazing. I hope you guys have upgraded your own bod. Did you guys do that? I did. It's okay. So if you have Beachbody On Demand and you have already paid for your quarter, I got charged like $61 today, and they make that retroactive. So like, let's say you just paid for your club membership on December 25th. They'll make it retroactive and you'll have your annual access start from that retroactive date. I hope that makes sense. But you'll only get partially charged. You don't get charged the full $99. And that gives you the same benefit as the challenge pack, where you get any and all program that was ever created, and then anything that's launching in 2017, you get that as well. And I know right now, what's her name? The new super trainer? I can't remember her name. Anybody remember her name? Megan. Yes, that's what I thought. Megan something. Anyway, she's developing a program right now. So I'm sure my hunch is probably it's going to release at Summit. Yeah, Megan Davies. Thank you. It's probably going to release at Summit. So you're going to get access to all of that, and you're not going to have to think about how much money that you've spent on Beachbody programs. I can't even imagine the thousands of dollars that was spent over the last 3.5 years. You won't have to do that through 2017, which is pretty cool. So I think it's an incredible value for us, and it's an incredible value for our customers too. I really think that the best. This is like the best challenge pack that they've ever provided. And the cost is nothing in comparison to, it's, if you think about it, it's $40 more to get all of that stuff versus just one program. So hang on, I'm answering your questions. The cutoff date for, I think it's the end of February. Yeah. And then that's both for us to upgrade and for the challenge pack is the end of February, I believe. So, okay, cool. So before I kind of get into what I want to teach you tonight, myself, Jenny Avina, Sarah Marshall, and Bridget Moore. Bridget was away for the holidays, so she doesn't know this yet, but she will let me talk on Thursday. So first and foremost, we're going to have Coach Basics start on January 9th. So if you are a brand new coach or you have not completed Coach Basics yourself and you want to, we're going to be starting that on January 9th. It will only be 2 weeks long, and it will be super interactive, things that the four of us really feel like are essential about the business. We want to have fun and teach you at the same time. We don't want it to be like super boring and where you want to like shoot yourself because Coach Basics is awful. So we're going to try and make it a lot of fun, super interactive, and just a way for you guys to really dig in and learn what we feel like are the basic things that you need to know about the business from the get-go. The second thing that we're going to do in the month of January, and we're going to probably kick this off at the beginning, maybe the 9th, we haven't quite decided yet, but we'll let you know as soon as we launch it. We're putting together an Emerald Surge for you guys. So if you have been in the past or have not been in the past, a Emerald coach, we are doing a surge for you guys where we're going to kind of help to teach you how to recruit better, and we're going to help to push you back and towards a really strong Emerald status, and not just like signing 2 coaches, but getting a couple more than that underneath of your belt so that you have a solid, secure Emerald status. Because really the business is about earning or getting to Emerald and then helping your coaches duplicate the same exact thing. It's super simple. So if you're interested in that, when we make that announcement, we will let you know, but we're going to have an awesome incentive and prize giveaway for that too. So just kind of our way of giving you like a little incentive to do that for your business. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Each of us are going to cover different topics that we feel like we're best at, and we're going to do live videos in that group and that kind of stuff, and just laugh and have fun together and just have a good time and really start off the new year really strong. So okay. And again, we'll announce that. We'll put it in our group, our coach group, whenever we're ready to launch it. Okay. So I wanted tonight to teach you a couple of things that I think are really important. So I really want you guys to begin to focus on not just building your personal Facebook page or your personal Instagram page, but really starting to build a strong business page and starting to attract likes, like followers, in a very organic way to begin. So if just a show of hands, how many of you actually have a business page, not just like a personal Facebook page? Awesome. If you do not have one, you can go to YouTube and figure out really quick how to make a like page. It's super, super simple, but it's really critical. So if you talk to like a couple of us met Wendy Spencer in Vegas. And she was talking about her like page and just how incredibly, it's just been a huge part of her business this past year. So the thought behind it is, instead of like you spending so much time inviting, you cultivate a page that gives you leads from your cold market. So you do it in a way where you spend a very small amount of money to find those people, and you're able to spend more of your time focused on things in the business that you really want to do. Because who likes inviting? I don't. If you do, more power to you. But to me, it's like the worst vital behavior ever. I have to get it done and over with. I like the results that inviting gives, but I hate the initial invite. It stinks. So I just want to teach you um, 10 ways that you can use this for your personal Facebook page, and you can use this for your business like page as well. That helps you to begin to have better engagement on your page, both your personal Facebook page and your like page, but more specifically focusing on your like page, because I'm sure there's going to be a time that Facebook is going to like swap its rules and it's going to make everybody focus on their like page. So it's better to build it now, so that you're prepared. So if you want to take notes, great. If you want to just rewatch this video, that's totally up to you. So first, when you're making and crafting a post, we always obviously hear all the time how critical it is to make posts that mean something, right? So like, you don't want to just post something just to post it because you have nothing else to post. So you repost somebody else's crap that just provides nothing to anybody else. So you really first want to shift your mindset from your Facebook page being something that you use to interact with your friends to really being something that's business mind, like you have a business mindset with it. So like every single thing that you are posting, you're posting with purpose. You're thinking to yourself, is this post going to make my page stand out in a really good way? People are on Facebook for 3 things, and I want you to write this down. So they are either looking for somebody to inform them. So what that means, like stating fact, like if you eat 5 loaves of bread, you're probably going to gain weight. Like that's really generic and stupid, but you get my point. They want you to inform them about something. 2, people are there for you to educate them. They want to learn something from you. So I think it's really, really critical to really dig deep inside of yourself and figure out what are things about you that you enjoy far above and beyond just coaching. So for me, I love talking about makeup all the time. You guys see me do it all of the time. People ask me constant questions. It is a way to engage people that I can find my tribe of people that enjoy the same things. And I get messages about it all of the time. So you want to educate people in some way. You want to teach them something. And lastly, they're there to be entertained. Everybody wants to laugh. Like the best page is Chris Crocker. He is hysterical. He's so funny. Like he's there to entertain people. And so people either want to be informed, educated, or entertained in some way, shape, or form. Second, and I am going to kind of shout her out because Caroline's really good at this, is you want to show your face on Facebook. Like you don't want to share somebody else's face or just always share a blanket photo of something or like an image that is just words. You want to show your face with different expressions for everything that you do. So your face is your brand. Beachbody is not your brand. You are your brand. So the more that you show of yourself, the better. And I want you to think about this for a second. So like, let's say you post something on your business like page that goes viral. Like let's say 2 million people end up seeing that post. If you don't have your face attached to it, think about how bad that would suck. You want your face to be attached to something that goes viral because the people are going to look for you specifically, right? So even if you don't like to take selfies, start taking selfies. My husband yelled at me the other day. It was Sunday morning, and we were getting ready to come downstairs, it was Christmas Eve. I was getting ready to work out, and I didn't have my phone. And I was like, hey, can I borrow your phone? He's like, why? I'm like, I need to take a picture. And he's like, why do you need to take a picture? I'm like, why do you think I need to take a picture? And he was like, you are so narcissistic. I'm like, no, that's not why I'm taking a picture. But I tried to put myself in most, if not all of my posts because it's important. People want to know you. They don't want to know Beachbody. They want to know what you specifically have to offer them in their life. And that's how you're going to attract your tribe. 3, we talk about this a lot. So you got to share your story. You have to get vulnerable in your life. And I know that this is really, really hard. A lot of people, they just share the blanket everyday stuff. Like I could share every day about how there's probably like poop on my hands, but it gets old. That's not the story of my life. That's just what I go through. And of course it's entertaining. And I know that there are other moms that go through having shit all over themselves most of the time. But that's not necessarily what most people want to hear. So really getting vulnerable about your life, where you've been in your life, and sharing that story, because you're going to emotionally connect with another person who can see themselves in your story, and that allows them to connect with you. And when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, it allows other people to be vulnerable too. And that's where that like beautiful magic happens in this business. And you get those incredible messages that are like, Jenny, your post was amazing and I connected with it, and thank you so much for sharing that. And I really need help, or whatever it is, or you really encouraged me. I love following you, that kind of stuff. That's where you get those incredible messages from, is when you allow yourself to be vulnerable. It allows other people to be vulnerable. And in that, the magic happens. So, fourth, and I can't express this enough, and I just love, this is my recognition, people. Bridget Moore does this really well. She goes live a lot. She just got done with her, like 25 days of like Christmas moves or whatever. Fitness. Okay. Yeah. And so she called each day like a different thing, and she made up different moves and stuff like that. And it was wonderful. The more video that you have, especially going live, I will tell you this because I know this is a known fact. So let's say you go to YouTube and you copy and paste a link to your Facebook and you want to share a video with people. YouTube and Facebook are direct competitors, and no one will ever see that video, or very, very few people will actually see that video. And so Facebook wants to advertise its own stuff. So when you go live, it's just naturally going to push that up in people's news feeds. And more people are going to see it, the more visible that you're going to get, and the more organic reach, especially on your like page, that you're going to get. But it's the same thing for your personal page too, if you're just starting out. Video is everything. And I know it's really hard. I was talking to a coach of mine where she was like, I don't know why I'm so afraid of going live, but I know that I need to. I'm just terrified of it. And I remember when Facebook Live first came out, and I wanted to poop my pants getting on live. It was awful. But now it's one of my favorite things to do. I love just connecting with people, and I think it's a fantastic way to connect with people one-on-one. Obviously make sure that there's a point to your live videos, but getting on live trumps everything. It's awesome. You're going to find your tribe of people who really genuinely want to follow you, and they're going to hop. Like, I have people who hop on every single video that I do, and it's awesome. So push yourself out of your comfort zone to go live at least a couple days a week, because it really does make a difference in Facebook's analytics of how people see your stuff. The more people that see your stuff, the better, obviously. The next thing is developing your own brand. So I'm not really going to get into a lot of this, right, this particular subject, but like if there's certain colors that you like, so let's say like, I don't know, I love the color teal. A lot of my recognition posts that I post about my team, or anything dealing with like coaching or a challenge group, is always going to have that color attached to it in some way. Like if you have not used Canva or PicMonkey, they are fantastic platforms to create really awesome stuff, and it's virtually free. Again, those websites are canva.com or picmonkey.com, picmonkey.com. They're awesome. But just kind of taking posts and making them your own and kind of making them more visually aesthetic is also really good. Number 6, so sharing other popular content. So this may sound really crazy because maybe you have that mindset, and I have, like, God, if I share this person's post or this video that has gone viral, it's going to shove them to that person's page and I'm going to lose business and that kind of stuff. You can't have a scarcity mindset. So I don't know why I keep talking about Chris Crocker, but sometimes I will share his video on my wall, on my like page, and then my personal page, and I'll write my own description about it because it's funny. And I want my tribe of people to have a sense of humor. Obviously, I'm very sarcastic. I love to joke around and have a good time. And I want to find people who like doing that kind of stuff too. So I want to connect with those types of people. And sharing popular content also boosts Facebook analytics and pushes your stuff to the top of people's news feeds as well, because Facebook rates posts for people on their timeline based on whether Facebook thinks that it's going to be interesting to them. I hope that makes sense. So the more interesting that Facebook feels like your stuff is going to be to somebody, the more that it's going to push that up into their newsfeed and they're going to see you more often. 7, so ask questions. I think this is really, really important. So you want to aim at least once a day to attach a question to one of your posts. Ask people their opinions. You're going to find your tribe of people who like what you like through asking questions. So I don't do this all the time. I guess I could, but like, let's say you're getting ready to go somewhere and you're trying to pick out a dress, ask people their opinion, or, I don't know. There's so many things that you could do with it. Or if you're going through something in your life that you are saying like, hey, moms, how would you deal with this? Or like Jenny did this the other day with her Christmas cookie, like her annual Christmas cookie competition where people had to vote whose was better. It's awesome. That kind of stuff increases engagement and it lets people have an opinion, and everybody, you know what people say about an opinion. Everybody has one. Everybody wants to give their opinion. And the more that you can get that engagement, the more that it boosts your posts and people's news feeds as well. Generally speaking, you want to aim to post 3 to 5 times a day. I can't say I post 5 times a day. It's probably generally 3 or 4 times a day. But the more that you post, the better. Number 9. So responding to all of your comments that people comment on your posts also boosts your posts in people's timelines. So the more that you do that, and again, Caroline, I see her do this all the time too. It basically tells Facebook that that post is important. So even if somebody comments something really super tiny, it doesn't matter. Comment back to them and like what they're saying to you. It's a really simple thing to do. And it really does help tremendously to boost your like popularity or whatever you want to call it. And then last but not least, always providing value. I think somebody posted this in our channel or in our coach group last week. She talked about like, if you had to pay to post every single one of your posts, like let's say generically speaking, you had to pay $100 to post every single post that you post a day, would you pay to post it? I think that's a really great mindset to have. Posting that's intentional is far better than just posting to post. If you've got nothing to say, it's okay to say, listen, guys, I have nothing inspirational to say to you today. Like, this is just how I'm feeling. It's okay. But don't post to just post, or don't. I see this all the time. Like people sharing things on their walls from other people, or games, or like letting people post things on your timeline. I have completely cut off allowing people to post on my timeline because it's my timeline. I want to control what people see on my newsfeed. And so a long, long time ago, I went into my settings and I made sure that I turned off the ability for people to post on my timeline. It's critical. So you cannot give enough content to people. Like, always think in the back of your mind, am I teaching somebody something? Am I encouraging somebody in some way? Am I making them think about something in their life? Am I giving them an example of something? Am I sharing like a really good book that I'm reading? Jenny sent me this 100 days of like being a mom and spending it with Jesus in quiet time. And it's amazing. And I've been sharing that with people, and a lot of people have been messaging me what book it is. And so constantly share that stuff, what you're doing, why you're doing it, what it's doing for you in your life. You cannot give enough. I was reading or watching a video. I posted it in our coach group. Maybe it's that one. Yeah, it is. And he was just talking about how the whole concept, like getting rid of that scarcity mindset, and you cannot outgive. Like, you can't give enough to people, and you never ever have to question whether you're going to receive back from that giving. I hope that makes sense. So like, yes, it's frustrating to hear no from people constantly, but if you continue to give to them and pour out to their life and check in on them. I was just talking to Tori about this. I ask people all the time, for some reason, and I'm sure you guys have this happen to you too. I have people who just naturally, I talk to them for 4 seconds and they tell me their whole entire life story, like every tragedy that they've been through. And I have in that ability for me specifically to say, hey, can I pray for you? Is that okay? And that's my way of letting them know that I really genuinely care. And I want them to know that I'm here and that they can talk to me and that I'm somebody that they can trust. And so you can't outgive to people. And it doesn't have to be in like monetary ways or gifting ways or whatever. Just make sure that everything you post, every message that you send, your heart is really in that place of giving. I can't say that enough, like just giving to them, because people can sense and feel that. They can feel your intentions. And if your intentions are just, this is my next Success Club point, or this is my next tuition check, they're going to feel that. And you're not going to get the response that you're after. So those are my top 10 tips, excuse me, for boosting engagement on your personal page and on your like page. And as I kind of dig more into this social media training, I'll share more stuff with you that I'm learning. If people have, for anybody that's gone through that or partially gone through Jesse Reagan's training, you know that you can't post before and after photos on Facebook and boost them. I figured out a way to do it without it getting rejected. So I'll share that with you because I just figured that out a couple of days ago. And I boosted a before and after post or before and after photo, and it's reached like a tremendous amount of people for 2 cents per engagement, which is like nothing. It's so incredibly cheap. So I'll teach you guys how to do that kind of stuff too. But I hope that helps to know like what you should be doing every day to immediately start practicing these things in order to boost your timelines and get more people to see your stuff. So Bridget asked, do I go live more on your regular profile or my like page? Okay, that's a really good question. So I've been incredibly terrible about going live on my like page, but I'm probably only going to I'll probably now go live more on my like page than I will on my personal page. If I'm doing anything like makeup related or teaching something, I'll probably make a post early in the morning on my personal page and just say, hey guys, I'm going to go live on my Amy Morgan page and I'm going to talk about this or whatever to kind of alert people so that they know that I'm going to be there. And most of those people probably like my page already, so they're going to get a notification from Facebook that I'm on live. So I hope that answers your question. Does anybody else have any questions? Sorry, my throat is dry from talking. No one. Just the awkward stare.
Not a question, but I do have something to add on to that.
Yeah, sure, please.
When you mentioned the thing about not allowing people to go onto your page or to post on your page, I think it's important for a lot of us who maybe you haven't been focused completely on coaching or you were in and out throughout the year. If you were to go add someone right now, the first thing that they do is go stalk your page. And so I think it's important for us to go back to our pages and scroll our timelines. Go through, you can hide posts, you can delete posts, you can take things off, you can make some things private. But I think it's important to do a cleanup because, someone spends like maybe 3 scrolls kind of going through your page or looking at your most recent photos. That's kind of like your resume. Like what's on your cover letter? What are you putting out there to people? So, it's okay if you make a ton of those posts and share a lot of those quizzes and all that stuff, but go through and take them off later or hide them from your timeline so that the new people coming in looking at you over this next couple months, like that's what they're going to see is the newest stuff that you do want to be sharing and presenting.
Absolutely. I think the statistic is that most people look at your last 5 posts and that's what they judge you on. So I am constantly always looking at my last 5 posts. And I'm asking myself, okay, if I were coming to my page right now, what would somebody get what could they learn from who I am and what I'm all about from my last 5 posts? And is that really representing myself in a way to somebody brand new who's never seen me before in the way that I want them to see me? So good point. Thank you for that. Does anybody else have anything to add? No? Okay.